Will you please stop? Where did you get all these dollars? That was only $4.
It was $5.
That was $5. It's my $5. You know how many Arizonas?
You gotta take your shirt off when I do.
You know how many Arizonas?
Give me the money back. You didn't take any.
You were unsing me. I was just keep doing what I was getting the uns for.
No, you were supposed to take your clothes off. You're a terrible stripper. Where's your manager? Let me talk to the manager.
I'm a paid stripper. You'll pay me for just sitting here. I'm gonna get fucking paid.
Let me talk to your manager, okay? Call me Karen.
Hello, ho bitches. It's your boy Chavezz here.
What up, ho biscuits? It's your girl
The most clothed stripper you've ever seen. Back at it again with a ding for your ping.
So wait, what's the difference between what you just did and what I do here?
So you see how we see that the mini typhoon right there going on with your neck? Do you see that? Can you feel that?
But how do you stop it? See, you make noise too. I don't see a difference. You didn't let me introduce the video at all.
No, that wasn't the intro.
No.
That's drinking.
What up, ho biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. Are you mocking me? I don't mock you in your videos.
Pregunta. Looking ass nigga.
Pregunta numero. No. We're here to watch subreddit where
Okay, stop. Think about what you're gonna say first, then say it. It's not that hard.
We are here to watch.
Stop clapping.
If I can't clap, it's gonna throw me out.
No, just hands. Just do some of this. Do some of that.
We are here to watch. When did a gut feeling save your life?
Okay, when did a gut feeling save your life? Go.
I don't have gut feelings.
Oh my God.
My instincts are not.
So one time, me and my homie were at the park, right? Me and DJ were at the park, being heathens, and it was a good time. And we was playing basketball, and we randomly decided, let's just go fucking eat. We're hungry as fuck. Not really. It was actually just 10-cent tacos at Taco Bell, and we're like, let's just go get some fucking tacos. I don't feel like being here anymore. And then it got shot up at East Strand Park. Niggas got shot there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Straight up that night. Crazy.
I have no sense of self-preservation whatsoever, as we've addressed several times.
Yeah, really don't.
So.
You take this money. It's uncomfortable holding money not in a wallet.
No, it's not. Look, watch. Just hold it safely in your titty.
I'm cutting that out. Touching your titty on camera.
I mean, I wasn't touching my titty. Let's just play the video.
Touching your titty.
Went to a college party and one of the guys made me feel very uncomfortable. He didn't ever do anything to me, but something seemed off. I kept dumping my shots because getting smashed seemed like a bad idea. I ended up taking a friend and leaving while he told us that we were being lame by not having more of the Grey Goose. He raped another girl at the party that night.
God damn!
This voice just makes that seem so creepy, doesn't it?
What do you have against British
at age
people?
5,
Damn.
I was almost abducted by strangers at the park who had a bunch of toys on a blanket and tried to lure me into their motorhome.
Excuse
I
me?
looked back to my dad, who was talking to his friend maybe 100 yards away. I got a tummy ache when one of them tried to coax me by reaching for my arm to lead me away, and I screamed and ran like hell back to my dad. Years later I found out those same people had abducted other kids who weren't so lucky.
God
Never
damn.
ignored a gut feeling since.
This music and this voice do not fit these stories at all. And it is creepy as fuck. It's like...
It's like when they play like happy 50s music.
I was almost kidnapped. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, bro?
While I was walking home,
Oh.
wasn't late.
Man.
I was saying, it's like when they play like that happy 50s music
Mhm.
and like somebody's like getting murdered. Like there's this scene that I have written that like is never gonna get published because I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But in the scene, this guy eats this girl's heart that he just like ripped out of her chest.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Sandman is playing in the background.
Weird. Weird.
8 and I'm from a pretty safe area, but it was that time of year when it starts to get dark really early, so felt kind of ominous. Anyway, I pass this guy in a red sweater and red tracksuit bottoms and he looks at me funny. Maybe he's high, maybe he's drunk. Either way, something not quite right about him. I keep going. Look behind me. He's still there. Cross the road. He crosses with me. As soon as I turn a corner, I sprint to my apartment complex and run into the coded gate and wait. He rocks up a minute later and stares at me through the gate. He just stares at me for a good 10 or so seconds, then runs back the way he came. Shivers.
Wait, but what happened?
Worked as a shop girl at a pub. One night I rejected someone who attempted to get my number. Not unusual, and he didn't seem that bothered. The whole exchange wasn't strange to me. In the early hours after the bar closed, I went to leave through the back door into the car park like usual when I saw the sensor light outside was on.
Ooh.
Someone was stood just outside the door. I felt uneasy, so went out the front and asked one of the bouncers to walk me round the back to my car. As we rounded the corner, we spotted this guy lurking outside the door holding his belt like a makeshift garrote. When he saw us, he started screaming that I was a and I should die. He scampered off into the road and never came back.
God, dudes are so fucking crazy.
That was weird. That was 100% weird.
Jesus.
When I was in middle school and around 14 years old, I was returning home. I live like 5 minutes away from said school, and I noticed there was a man following me. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking at his phone, and he wore a cap, so I wasn't able to see his face.
For real.
Anyways, he gave off this weird vibe. I reached my apartment building and the guy was still behind me. I know mostly everyone who lives in my neighborhood and I couldn't recall him. Last moment I decided I wasn't going to go inside the hallway. I turned around and went to a store where I waited for my mom to come. A few weeks after, there was some news about an 11-year-old girl from my school who was raped in the building right behind mine 2 days after.
You're right, this music doesn't fit this at all.
It does not. It makes it very, very weird.
Record looked a lot like the guy who had followed me, and given the time frame and the proximity, there's a high chance that it was him.
Jesus.
Was riding my motorcycle with a friend on the back. We were going down a country road behind a truck hauling a bunch of old car tires when all of a sudden I decided we shouldn't be there. So I slowed way down to let the truck go ahead of us. Just as I did, one of the tires fell off the truck and landed right where we would have been.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's insane.
I was in Turkey for vacation when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I made friends with some other tourists but also some locals. All around the age range of 8 to 16.
That's
These
not
two
old at
local
all.
guys were about 16, and at one point during the late afternoon they asked if I wanted to go with them to go kart outside of the hotel area, and I agreed. Approximately 30 seconds of walking along with them, I got the most chilling feeling I've ever had in my life. All the hairs on my skin rose up and I had this super uneasy feeling deep in my gut. It actually felt like some supernatural force was beckoning me to dip. I turned on my heels.
We just talk about how hilarious that everything else sounded so good. It was like some supernatural force was beckoning me to dip, bro.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, that sounds hilarious.
And sprinted so fast to get back to the hotel, I didn't even look back. When I returned, my mother asked where I had been. I told her I was taking a rough Oddly enough, I was quite fond of those guys before this happened, but, thinking about this in retrospect, why would two local 16-year-olds have any genuine interest in go-karting with a young 8-year-old tourist? I feel like I may have dodged a bullet.
Wait, so you don't know if you dodged a bullet or not?
That's a pretty conclusive story, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 16 is too old to be hanging out with some little kids.
100%. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Like, yeah.
We may never know. Someone came into my work that gave me the I'm in danger feeling. I work in a game arcade, so 60% of my customers are children and I naturally get very protective of them. But you can't call the police because someone's creeping you out.
That's not what Karen did.
He kept getting close to children but not doing anything or even making them uncomfortable, so there still wasn't anything I could do. He leaves and I shrug it off. Another customer soon comes in and gives me the same feeling. So I'm thinking I'm just anxious today. He's talking about Donkey Kong and stuff. Casual conversation. Then he says I'm best friends with Martin Bryant, the spree killer from the 1996 Port Arthur massacre,
What?
who is in solitary confinement and can't even interact with whoever has to throw his food at him, so I'm getting a bit nervous now. Then the first creepy guy comes in,
and they know each other.
The one I was talking to says I know him. We went to prison together. So immediately I start having a panic attack and have to end the conversation as quick as possible so I can contact the manager to say I need someone else to come into the store.
Oh my God.
And they immediately call the police. Turns out they were both registered sex
Oh my
offenders.
God.
Neither were allowed anywhere near my work because it's too close to the CBD, and they're legally not allowed near anywhere that could have children there. I actually recently went to court for this. Waited hours to go in and he plead guilty at the very last second. Bastard.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Sure you don't have any creepy moments you want to talk about? Nothing now? You don't have any moments?
I have been very sheltered.